Oh my gosh, hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dylan, and today we're going to be talking about some gay manga. Because I've been reading my BL manga like fire, girl, like fire, going through all of the boys, yes! So I'm going to talk about a big stack of BL manga, and we're just gonna do it. Let's just do it. Let's do all the boys. Let's start with a manga that I got from a Right Stuff's Christmas sale a long time ago. I finally read it. I did it. I did my reading, girl. I read it. Okay, let's do it. So I got a manga which is a one-shot, a collection of short stories called Tableau Numero 24 or Tableau Numero 20. This is written by S.M., who I've never read anything from them before, but they do have a few things in print from a couple of older publishers that I'm not really know much about. But this is their only Sublime release, which is what I'm able to read. And this is a collection of short stories. And it's really interesting. I didn't love every story in this collection, though. The main story is the cover story, Tableau Numero 20. This is about a man who is trying to restore some art from a long time ago. There's this big famous artist. I don't remember what the name was. Maurice? No, that's the main guy's name. Maurice, and there's another artist who he is trying to restore the painting of, and what happens is he gets this painting of this naked man, which, yes, who is this on the cover right here, and basically the man comes out of the painting and he becomes real, which also, by the way, guys, yes. Yes, please. Let's do it. He's already ready because he's naked, because, you know, like, old naked men art. Yes. I don't even remember Renaissance, France. Yes. Yay, naked men. That's all you need to know. And it's basically about their kind of romance, kind of strange romance, because he's a painting of a person, and yeah. It was interesting, though. It does have a lot to do with their story and the man's story, the man in the painting, and who he is, and I don't want to spoil it, but there is a lot to do with that. And it's honestly a little confusing, to be honest, and I wasn't, like, the biggest fan of it, but it is the most developed story of the bunch, so, and it's the longest story in this collection, so I will say, like, that is worth reading. That's probably my second favorite story. The second one, what was the second one even about? Oh, it was about the merry-go-round. That was fine. It's essentially about a man who is basically chasing after another man, his friend, his best friend, and he doesn't want to tell him his feelings, but he can't, like, stop himself, essentially. It was fine. It was kind of cute. The next story is really, like, I wanted to love this story. It's called Resguado. I do not know how to pronounce it, but it's about this man who is a musician, and his guitar, he's a dancer, and he falls in love with the guitarist of his dance group, and it was interesting. It was fine. It wasn't my absolute favorite, but the art is really pretty. Like, I love this art. It is so cute. And he's also in love with an older man. Like, this is the guitarist. Like, he is like, almost a grandpa, and I am not against older men. You know. That is on YouTube now. Okay, that's totally fine. That's fine. I don't... Yeah, okay, we're gonna move on, because they are climbing on each other. Oh, girl. Okay, but it was a good story. It was fine. But the real, like, best story of this collection is En El Parque, and this is a story about an older man who is waiting in a park for his love, for the person that he loved in his past. And I really loved this story. It was real, girl. It was dark, and I was all for it. I love In El Parque. That was the best story from this collection. And I don't want to spoil it because it is a very short story. And I can't really tell you why I loved it because that would be a spoiler. But I would say that story in particular is worth buying this alone. Like, this was a decent read. I would say I would give this like a 3 stars, honestly. Like, in general, but In El Parque was amazing, and I think everyone should read that one, for sure. Let's talk about the other collection of, I guess this wasn't a short story, this was a single one-shot by Bohra Naono. It's called Three Wolves Mountain, which is so my aesthetic. You know me and my weird creature obsession and furries and all that. I am here for it. And this is about a man who is, he ends up living with these wolves, these werewolves on this mountain. And it's about their sexual adventures together. And I thought it was decent. I thought it was a lot of fun and very cute, actually. I really, really enjoyed this a lot. The artwork is also freaking stunning. I love Bohra Naono's artwork. She knows how to draw a body, and that is nice. Also, she knows how to draw someone crying. Yes, this was a decent read. I really did like this a lot. There's a lot about their family and family dynamics. You get to see, I guess there's the picture on the inside shows like the whole family of these werewolves that I was really into. I liked all of them. They all had really interesting storylines and really interesting relationships, and I was excited about it. It was really cute. I don't really remember how I felt about the romance between the two main leads. I thought it was fine. I didn't see anything, like, gross about their relationship. It was definitely a cute read. I will probably reread this for sure. And the artwork is just fantastic. There is talk about grief. I guess that's a trigger warning if anyone is grieving right now and doesn't want to read anything about that for whatever reason. There is some, grief within this volume about the main boy's brother, and yeah, so I guess there's a warning for that, I guess, but I enjoyed this a lot, and it is very smutty, by the way. This is rated M, so, and this was, I didn't talk about it, this was also rated M, but there was nothing really, like, bad in this, or sexually bad. Not that sex is bad, but you know what I mean? Like, it's not as explicit as it warns you about, which was kind of disappointing to me, because I be trash, you know me. I also started reading Bohra Naono's other story, Midnight Stranger. This is also published by Sublime, and this was also very interesting, but I don't have a lot of thoughts on this yet because I haven't read Volume 2 yet. I was going to do it before this video, and then I was just like, screw it, let's turn the camera on, because I'm already, girl, I am fabulous, and I'm here, and we're going to talk about some boys. This one is basically about this fire god, who I will show you, who is freaking gorgeous. This fire god who brings back this little goat demon, and this goat was going to be sacrificed by these crazy villagers, but this fire god ends up saving him, and he also has a very cute form right here on the back. He's adorable. Oh my god. And it's their romance together. Unfortunately, this book is only about half of their story. The rest of the story is a short story called Hollow Romance, which was so weird. Okay, so I don't want to get too much into it, but like I was really interested in this storyline. Like this pairing was really, really interesting and intriguing, and I was ready for it. And then we got this really like just strange story about this boy and this elderly man and their like strange relationship. And what was weird about this one is it gets supernatural in the last half of the chapter, like the very, very end of the chapter, and it like explains everything in like 2 panels, like all of the supernatural goings on, and like really, really, really quick, and it was really strange. And I feel like this story needed to be its own book, because it wasn't, it was just explained like that, and like it was so abrupt and weird, and I wasn't like into it that much. And also, like, I will say right now, I am a fan of daddies, and like this guy is a daddy, and I liked him. And then when he turns into like the like demon-esque version of himself, he is no longer a daddy. He's like pretty, and it was just really weird. And I was like, is this like ageist? Like, is it though? Like, I liked him as himself, and now he's like this pretty demon boy that can like, that's like pretty, and like, oh, now he's attractive. And I'm like, what? Wait, he was attractive before though. Like, come on, girl. Yeah, that was my thoughts on Midnight Stranger. It was fine, like, it was interesting. I liked this story more, and there is more of that story in the second volume, which I haven't read yet, so I should be doing that, because I should have done that before this video, and I didn't, because I'm lazy, and I'm also hungry. I don't know why I turned this camera on. I should have been going to the store to get food, but I wanted to talk about boys. Oh no, we're gonna talk about something I don't like. Okay, so the next book is one of the most disappointing BL stories I've ever read in my life. And that is Midaresomenishi, A Legend of Samurai Love by Kazuma Kodaka. Also, I forgot to mention every translator for every series, because I am a hungry girl, I am not thinking girl. Let's go through that again. I don't plan videos. So, the translator for SDM is Jocelyne Allen, which of course it is, because she's a queen and I love her. Thank you, Jocelyne, for translating not SDM, Tableau Numero 20. Thank you for that. The translator for Three Wolves Mountain, let's get it, is Adrienne Beck, another brilliant translator who does a lot of work for Sublime. So thank you for that as well. And then the translator for Midnight Stranger is probably Adrienne Beck as well, I could imagine. Yep, Adrienne Beck. Wait, it says additional translation. What? Additional translation? Okay, yeah, Adrienne Beck. That's what I'm going to say. And then Jennifer LeBlanc is the editor. So, there you go. I need to mention them because I love translators, and they should be recognized and not forgotten, because I'm freaking hungry and I want food. I should go get a burger. Thank you, translators. Who translated this mess of a manga? Not to be mad at the translation, because it's not the translation that I'm mad at, but this manga is a mess. But I'm still going to recognize the translator, because that is still important to me, and I still thank them for their hard work on this. The translation is by Kaya Laterman, and I thought that the translation for this was very, very good. I haven't obviously read the original translation, or the original Japanese version, but I thought it was well received, well done, and like there wasn't any like weird editing or anything. Like, so thank you for translating this, even though the story. Oh. That is basically my thoughts on Samurai Love. It's just ugh. Okay, so this is, unfortunately, a rape story. Which I didn't know going into it, because I don't read the back and I don't research my manga. I see boys on the cover and I'm like, ooh, gimme, girl. Yes, queen, let's get it. But I should have done my research, because this was gross. It's basically about this man on the cover, the redhead on the cover, who is a roaming samurai, essentially. He is a bad man, he has murdered people, he is not a good person. I want to make that clear before I talk about this. And we also have him and his brother are traveling together. He has a little brother. Also need to mention that. A younger brother. And this man on the cover is a bandit who captures them and puts them into sex slavery. It was not a good read. I'll just say that. I won't put you through it. Don't read this. I mean, it's not... Okay, it's not as bad as I'm making it out to be, because it doesn't, like, glorify the rape, because I'll just spoil it, I don't even fucking care. At the end, he runs away. Like, that's how it goes. It goes, they do their little grossness, and then he runs away. That's the story. He gets put into sex slavery and runs away. There you go. That's all you need to know about this. I will say the artwork is beautiful. Kazuma Kodaka is one of my favorite mangaka. Like, let's not. I'm so sad because I was thirsting over this man, and then I read about this man, and I'm like, I do not thirst for this man anymore. He is not the one I am looking for, honey. So, let's thirst about a man that I actually liked in this manga. Who did I like in this book? I liked this character. This boy is you meet him after the main character runs away. Oh, he's on the back. Is he on the back? Oh, that might be him. That might be him. And he falls in love with our main character. And it's really an interesting romance. I really, really liked it. I liked it a lot. Like, they both kind of have a really strong connection to each other, and he wants to learn more about the main character's past and why he is the way he is, and it's really, really interesting. Unfortunately, that goes nowhere, and the main character decides to go back to his captor instead. Don't read this. Just don't. I'm really sad about it because I love this artwork. I really, really do. I thought, like, her artwork is freaking gorgeous, and I love it so much. And I love her other series, Border, so much. Oh my god, Border is so good. But this was just not. I do not recommend it. So, yeah. Very, very sad, because I would love a samurai BL manga that is actually good. Like, that is what I want in my life, girl. I want Samurai Deeper Kyo as a BL, like all of the boys doing each other, not in a consensual way, but like, this was supposed to be good and it wasn't. So, there we go. Moving on. The next one is probably my favorite read out of all of these. This was brilliant and amazing, and I loved it, and I'm so, so happy I read it. It's Don't Call Me Dirty. This is written by Gorou Kanbe, and it is translated by, let's see, Christine Dashiell, who has done a lot of Tokyo Pop translations recently. And I really, really loved this a lot. It's essentially about a young boy. They're both men, though. I'm pretty sure they're not. There's no, like, weird age gap. They're both adults. Yes, because this boy works in a liquor store. His name is Shoji, I think? Shoji? Yes, yeah, Shoji. And he works in a liquor store, and he works next door to this, like, general store, kind of, like, gas station kind of, like, store. And this homeless man named Hama ends up, like, coming into his life, and he, you know, it's about their relationship together kind of forming. And it's really, really interesting, because this is a story about misconceptions about homeless people, which is so, so interesting, and I've never read something like that before. I'm sure there is something out there that I just haven't read, but I really, really liked it. There's a lot of misconceptions about, you know, homeless people being dirty, and homeless people being, you know, drug addicts, and gross, and weird, and not able to be part of society. And I really, really liked their relationship. I really liked Shoji, because he's also dealing with his own problems with his sexuality and trying to accept himself, because he is an out gay person, which is something I appreciate. I appreciated the discussion of being out and being yourself, and I also love Shoji's father, even though he has his own problems with Twitter, because he is a Twitter addict, girl. He is always on his phone. He is always snapping pics of people and posting on his Instagram. And he was just so fun. He was a fun character. I really liked him a lot. But he also posts, like, his son's sexcapades on Twitter, which is the only thing I really didn't like about this book, because that is an invasion of privacy, girl. Like, you do not need to be doing that. But he does love his son, and that was what really, like, touched my heart about this series, because it was so honest and real, and it made me think about my own dad, honestly, and that was a downward spiral of, like, my own emotions and my own grief, and I really, really appreciated this mangaka for writing a very honest story about two men falling in love and accepting themselves, and accepting that they do have bad qualities, but they're also very awkward, and they're very, I guess, worried about starting their relationship because of their insecurities, and I thought that was absolutely adorable. And again, the artwork is super cute, super sweet. I really liked this a lot. I thought it was such a fun read. And it made me cry. Like, it is so honest about being yourself and being the person that you most want to be, and, like, allowing yourself to let other people into your life and let your own sexuality be a part of your family, and letting everyone know that, hey, I am gay, but, you know, that's just a small part of who I am, and you accept me for that, and I appreciate that. I love the sexuality positivity in this manga, is what I'm trying to say, because it is so proactive and so sweet. Every character, there is not a single character who is like, ew, you're gay, ew, you're a F word. Like, there's no, like, what is that, homophobia. I don't even remember what that is, because I am so hungry, girl, I need a hamburger. But I loved this and adored it, and I think everyone should read it. And I am so excited, so excited, for the prequel manga coming out called Don't Call Me Daddy, I think, which, that is for me, girl. It's essentially about the father figure. Can I get a picture of the father? Let's show you the father, because I really appreciated him and his love for his son, and I want to show you him, because he is such a really, really honest character, and I really, really liked him a lot. And I cannot find him. Here he is. And it's going to be, the sequel series is going to be about these two, and their, like, old romance, and I'm really, really excited for it. I cannot wait. So please, go read Don't Call Me Dirty. It's excellent. You will not regret it. It is so good. And then the next thing that I read was the final, I guess technically I read Volume 2 as well. I don't know where I put it. It's somewhere in that pile of books over there. But I read Volumes 2 and 3 of That Blue Sky Feeling. This is the final volume of the series, and this is written by Okura, and the art is done by Coma Hashii, and I believe this is also Jocelyne Allen as well. She did the translation, yes she did, and I talked about this in my last, like, wrap-up video, but I wanted to talk about it a little bit more. I did read this with Bizarre Individual, and I don't think he's read Volume 3 as of me filming this video, so I don't know when this video is going to go up anyway, so we'll talk about it later, but it is essentially the end of their story, this relationship between these two boys, Makoto and Noshiro, and I really, really liked it. I thought it was sweet. Or Sonata and Noshiro, actually. I thought it was super sweet, and it's all about accepting yourself and letting yourself be who you are, and that's what I love. Like, I love stories like that, and stories that are so honest and true about love, and about growing up, and coming of age, and just being yourself, and letting yourself come out to people, and, like, not being afraid to be yourself around your friends. I love those themes, and I thought this was so brilliantly done. If I did have to say, like, anything that I didn't really like about it, there is a strange, like, age gap romance, not romance really, but our main character Sonata had a boyfriend in the past who is 26, and I didn't really care much about their relationship. It was interesting though, because they, how do I explain it, like, I don't feel like their relationship was sexual in any way or anything weird like that. Not that being sexual with your boyfriend is weird, but, like, for a high school student though, like, I don't know, but, like, you know, the age gap is not something I was into, but, like, their relationship was mostly, from what I could understand from the, like, dialogue in the series, it was mostly superficial. Like, they were just kind of going out, but they weren't really doing anything, is what I'm telling myself was actually happening, and that's probably what was happening, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't want to be wrong, but that's fine. I guess that's my only, like, not complaint, but, like, my only, like, issue with the book. So, but I really, really liked it. I thought it was sweet and honest and really, really nice, and I'm glad I read it. So, I would recommend this for sure. It is definitely good. And then the last BL that I want to talk about in this video is my most recent read from this pile. This is my most recent one, and I really, really like this as well. This is Deko-Boko Sugar Days by Atsuko Yusen. And this was an adorable, adorable high school romance. I was honestly a little worried because it is rated M, and, like, I don't need a rated M high school story, I guess. I don't know. I mean, sex positivity is very, very important, and I feel like this character, or these characters were very sex positive, and I appreciated that for sure. And it's essentially their relationship together in high school and trying to be themselves around each other, and I really, really liked their relationship a lot. They're childhood friends. They've been friends since they were very, very little, and they are both very, very awkward, very, very shy. One of them, the main character, Yujiro, is very short, and Rui is the blonde guy. He is very, like, tall, and that's kind of, like, their thing, and their, like, insecurities about each other, because, I don't know, they don't really explain too much about that, but they are very, very awkward around each other and very shy. Like, I love the artwork in this, too, by the way. Like, I love the facial expressions that Yusen uses, and just how they express themselves is very, very adorable. I really, really like that a lot. What I really, really loved about this manga is just how, like, how sex positive this was, and how, like, important it was that these boys are consenting to their relationship. That's what was the most important thing, is even when they were getting a little bit, you know, getting it on, like they want to be sexually active, they were very, very honest with each other, and they were very, very sure that the other partner was ready for it, and I really, really, really appreciated that aspect of the book. I thought it was very forward and very, very smart and very, very well done, and I would highly recommend reading this. This was very, very cute and a very, very good read. I was very happy I read it. So yeah, I am very happy with the Tokyo Pop BL releases so far, and I will probably keep buying them because as much as I have problems with Tokyo Pop as a company and the CEO of Tokyo Pop and all of that drama, I am appreciative that they are putting out, like, well-done BL stories. So I do thank them for that. And the translation for this was also very, very good. So just wanted to put that out there. I don't condone any of their, like, business actions by any means at all. But I still liked this, and I was very, very happy I read it. So I would recommend it. And there you have it. Those were all of the BL manga that I have read recently and my thoughts on them. Have you guys read any of these? Let me know in the comments below and we can discuss it for sure. I would love to talk to you about them. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. And please remember, for the love of all that is gay, stay sexy. Alright, I need to get that damn burger right now, girl. I am so freaking hungry. Oh my god.